One of the this throughout my chemo treatment.
Okay.
It has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Organizations like the Leukemia Lymphoma Society give patients like me that hope because of the life-saving research that they fund and the support programs that they provide.
LMS-funded research has led to new blood cancer treatment available today, and our work is now helping patients with cancer.
I survived a heart attack, a heart
All right, guys.
a leg amputation,
Good morning.
and 3 bouts of cancer.
Hey, you're just going to see a couple of exercises from me and Shelly we do every morning, and you guys enjoy. So,
to do in school, make lots of friends, and go on to do extraordinary things. At Goldfish, we don't just teach kids how to swim, we help them to do something growing and learning.
Yeah.
It starts with a splash.
Remember.
Making big waves in life. It's what we call the science of swimming. Your child's potential is limited. Sometimes you just need to add water. So come experience the difference at Goldfish.
Remember, go there, punch out straight. Go.
Animal science is coming up next on Kids Corner.
Use your right leg to lead. Which means use your right leg. You don't punch with it off. Okay, go. Keep that elbow straight in. There you go. Yeah. Not so stiff. Remember? Keep your chin down. All right. Just take it easy. We just got off a little slow.
On today's show, in just 3 seconds, a cheetah can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour.
Remember, you're trying to keep your wrist straight, and you're trying to punch with your front 2 knuckles. The knuckles closest to your
A raptor has eyes large as its brain. You can see it to 8 times more clearly than the sharpest human eye.
take it easy. Just loosen it up. Remember, like a towel.
It has the greatest
Like a towel.
body weight ratio on the planet, and twice that of a great.
Right now, we're trying to build up Shelly's coordination and her timing, and her punches and her blocks. So sometimes this may take a minute.
Welcome to the fascinating world of
I'm just trying to get her through the motions.
So you think the fastest humans are fast?
Look at me.
Guess what? In our normal everyday existence, we're not called
Good
upon
job.
to outrun lions and tigers.
Turn your body just a little bit more. So
It's
I
time to
want
take
to.
a look at a few of
I have less of a chance of hitting. All right, go.
some predictable, and some who might surprise you.
Bring that arm up. Bring your blocking arm up. Yeah, there you go.
If you're going to be a bird that can't fly, you better be able to run. And that's exactly what an ostrich can do. Animal Science Award. The
All right.
ostrich is the fastest
So,
animal
now,
on 2 legs.
We're going to do another exercise
Yeah, there may be a bird,
involving
but it sure can fly.
your abs.
No, check that.
Let's do this.
Sharks can run up to 45 miles per hour. The
That
secret
way.
is the springiness in their legs.
You'll learn how to do your blocks. Now, kind of twist your body at the same time.
83% more.
There you go.
An ostrich is 10 to 16 feet in a single stride.
If your legs are bent, there you go.
They need to use
Good
their
job.
wings as first.
Just trying to get her used to the movements of blocking and maybe throwing some future strikes.
Another speed
And trying to get her hand positions right
you can bet on. There are over 3
and her leg positions.
forces, and the fastest over
Because,
short
you know, the
distances
more
are
that she does this, the more practice that she has, the better off she is.
20 feet long. That's like an Olympic long jump. A 3-year-old in its prime can cover a mile in a minute and 40 seconds, 38 miles per hour. Compare that with the
All right,
fastest human, who does it in just
Check it
under
out.
4 minutes,
Check it
which
out.
is 15 miles.
All right, now we're just gonna
Legs of a thoroughbred
practice
like
this
springs,
knees right there.
straighten with each stride.
Bring your arms up. There you go.
As its front legs provide a pulling motion. Its head and neck moves in synchrony with front legs, aiding in its
Right now, we're just practicing lifting the knees above the waist. That way, you're working your obliques, your lower abdomen, and your upper. And then we'll practice on the form of the knee, which is thrusting your hip out when you're doing your knees. So, but right now we're just worried about getting that knee over the waistline.
Speeds of 50 miles an hour.
There you go. Kind of want to. There you go. Now, we'll cast a little bit so you can hold on to the ceiling and cheat on these. We're going to be doing calf raises.
No one's really quite sure
2,
why they do it, but it appears
3,
just to show that I'm very
and this is what's going to get you used to doing your sprawling and moving around. Like Muhammad we used to do in the ring and things like that. That's what's going to get you used to that. So the more that you get used to doing these exercises like that, the better off you are. So practicing this. Okay.
So why is the cheetah so fast? From the tip of its nose to the end of its tail, this cat is designed for speed.
And now we're just throwing straight punches right in front of us.
Which allows for better ocular vision. They have a specialized black.
Good job. Now, when Shelly first started doing these, she was doing this.
They have a very long body.
So I mean, she's came a long way with her punches. A long way.
Their nasal passages,
Now she knows how to keep the elbows in beside her. She knows how to throw straight out, and she knows to punch with these 2 knuckles right here. Except for Bruce Lee, when he did his punches, especially when it was to the sternum here, he would actually use these 2 knuckles because the first 2 knuckles wouldn't fit inside the sternum. So he would practice his punches inside the sternum with these 2 knuckles right here. A lot of people didn't know that. Kind of, yeah. Use your use your waist and your hips to kind of throw the punch and breathe. With each punch, go hit, 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 hit. Give you that extra power, that extra momentum. Yeah. Now we're gonna do shoulder rolls. This will help you with your coordination. Hey, Jennifer. Just a little. I know the wall's right there, so we don't have a whole lot of room in here, but gotta improvise.
Being able to selectively control which way they want to move their eyes.
Wow, that's one bizarre lesson.
And you know, a good thing about martial arts is you can compare it to dancing. If you can become a good dancer, you can become a good martial artist. Because a lot of it just moving around. A lot of it just moving around. Even if you don't have any rhythm. You know, it's just basically about hand movement, timing, knowing when to strike.
The biggest thing is that they actually use it to pick out chemicals. They reflect their tongue on the roof of their mouth, and essentially it's kind of a second part to the
You know what I mean?
system for them.
What it's basically about. So we're gonna do a couple front kicks. Now Michelle doesn't do front kicks very much, so I'm training her how to do front kicks. So you guys are gonna experience how she starts off doing her front kicks and how she does them and how she's gonna be doing them in the future. So if you stick around a little bit, you may learn something. So Shelly, when you do your front kick, first we're just gonna practice the front snap kick, which is just like that. Keep your hands up. You keep the well, you can do it. You can do it 2 ways. You can leave the lead leg on the back, where you just come up from like that and kick, or you can just do a simple kick like that, just to keep people off of it, just to keep them at bay. Or you can do a push-off type of kick. You can do a push-off type of kick, but either way, you need to keep your hands up. Hush. You need to keep your hands up like that, and try not to lose your balance. I know it's hard in here because you don't have a lot of room, but oh yeah, I thought I gave you a Powerade.
From 300 feet above the water's surface, an eagle has the extreme vision to be able to see a small fish swimming just below the surface of the
So
water.
that's what we're gonna be doing when Shelly gets done getting her drink, and then show you guys a couple uppercuts. So see, I like every punch and strike I do, I like to snap mine back, and I like to bring my hip and stuff into it, so I get more velocity and I'll get better leverage. So, all right, Shelly,
Eagles can also see the
you're gonna practice like you're kicking me.
Unlike you,
Go.
this UV vision enables
There you
them
go.
to see
Just bring your legs up. Matter of fact, remember, keep your elbows right beside you.
Eagles and hawks have comparable vision,
And
they also have the ability to keep their heads perfectly still.
never kick with with your toes. You want to use either the ball of your foot, or depending on what kind of kick, use the heel of your foot. And there's a lot of good kicks that you can do that you don't have to bring your legs up very high. Like for instance, you can kick to the thigh, the upper thigh right there. You can do a ball kick to the thigh, to the knee, or you can just do a push-off kick straight to the legs. So, okay, come on. But the main thing is remembering your balance. Balance is important. So, remember, look how I am. Look, I'm going to move this out of the way. Straight up. Okay. All right, go. Remember, don't use don't use your toes. Remember, try to curl your feet up, use the ball of your foot. Use your hip to bring it up real high. And you want to try to keep your foot straight instead of turning it out like that. Throw it straight out. There you go. Bring it up. I know you're not trying to kick me, but go ahead. Hold on. I'll tell you what. Go ahead. Kick it. Kick it. Put your hands in. There. Look, you don't have to come all the way out like that. This kick right here is just gonna be a kick, push off. It's just gonna be just keeping it back. Just look, it's like that. You want to use it as a distraction. That's what this kick is. This is a distraction kick. So go ahead. And you do that kick better than you do that. Okay, good. Yeah, just imagine me trying to come in. There you go. Keep your guard up. Remember, keep yourself ready. Your guard don't always have to be a ball fist. You all right? Yeah. Gonna give her time to rest while I do the rest of the class. So, all right, have a seat over here. Okay, go ahead. So, let me turn the TV down. Where is the remote? I don't see it.
I just feel like it's just so customer based that there's no reason not to have it. Order your Netspend card now. Be one of the first 200 to order and choose your card color free.
I use my Netspend card for everything.
Call 1-800-962-1364.
Sorry about that, guys. Y'all probably haven't heard. But anyway, you want to do your kick, especially just a kick just to keep people off of you. Just like that. Snap kick. I like to do mine a little bit higher because I don't like to aim towards the legs. So and I like to do my side kick. And when you're doing your thrust kick, your side kick, what you want to do is you want to bring the knee up, and then you want to thrust it out. Bring the knee up, then thrust it out. Bring the knee up, then thrust it out. That's how you do a proper thrust kick. And I use the heel of my foot. Now, a lot of people do their roundhouses. I've seen somebody on YouTube doing their roundhouses, the roundhouse kick, like this, and then getting ready, and then swinging their arm. By the time you get through doing that, your roundhouse kick is going to be detected and caught. I like to keep mine simple, like that. And I do this a lot of times. Now, some of them don't have a lot of power because I'm doing it like that, or I do it like that. But when I get ready for it, I already have my body in position. Then I'll keep my hands up. And I like to kick with the shin or with something I call the shoelace. Never kick with the top of your foot or your toes. So now my punches, I like to throw my snap punches. And my blocks, I like to have a primary block. I also like to have my secondary block. And I use my shoulder as extra protection with my chin down, but I'm still looking at my opponent. And I can focus. That way I can either, with the stance that I have, it's the stance I choose, I can either go inside, I can just step in and go inside, or I can go to the outside of them, or I can shoot. Either way, if somebody throws a punch, I'm willing to take kind of a punch to deflect it off just to get inside because I'm kind of quick and strong anyway. So if I get inside, I've got it. I'm turning my head this way. I've got my arm lock. I've got my stance. Got my good foundation. I'm just going to turn him over, flip him. Then I'm going to get on top of him and ground and pound. Either way. Now, if I'm trying to keep him at distance, I'm going to keep my arms up. I'm going to keep moving like that. Always having my guard up. That way, if I throw that jab, and let's say if I throw a jab and he's quick and he wants to throw a kick, I can always put my knee up. Always guarded. Now, granted, you take chances when you throw these punches out like this because you have this open right here. And you also have this open. So my solution to that, a roundhouse, use the knee. Use the knee. Use the shin. Because if he's willing to throw a roundhouse, I throw my shin out there as a guard, or if I just keep it like that, just simply turn it. Simply turn my knee out like that. It's gonna hurt. When I do my strikes, I like to, depending on the type of strike. If he's throwing haymakers, wild haymakers, which they normally do in street fights, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with a guard like that just to get into him. I'm trying to grab his head or either clench, and I'm gonna throw knees. Either way. Let me see what these people are saying. Don't pop my hip out of place. Yeah. So anyway, put it this way. Here in Lexington, Kentucky, I've never lost. So, never lost. As a matter of fact, I've never been in a fight that's lasted over 20 seconds. Been fighting since I was 12 years old. But I tell you what, anybody would like to spar, if you're ever in Lexington, Kentucky, just come through. We'll spar. No. I don't do form katas and martial and stuff like that. I do stuff that's going to be effective in fights. That's what I do. I'm not gonna sit there and do a spinning roundhouse and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna sit up there and do a traditional kata because a lot of stuff don't work. And especially in Aikido and all that other crap. It's not me. I did used to. Well, when I was a juvenile, I did. Yeah.
Bowling.
Well, if you like to, we'll put it on YouTube, and you just drive on down. We'll put it on YouTube and come on down. Thank you, Jack.